Hello and welcome to my crazy rambling video. Today's topic is fun. So a lot of people get confused when they talk about fun. Often we use the phrase that don't do it unless it's fun. Do what you find fun. Do what you find fascinating, interesting for you, and if you don't enjoy it, there's no point in doing it. And this advice is kind of confusing because a lot of stupid things are fun. Like it might just be fun to fiddle around with this thing. Like this is fun too. But there's also a more fulfilling kind of fun that you get when you do something great. Let's say you play an actual game with other people and you do something. So there's a very important distinction between the instant gratification that you get by doing silly things versus the more fulfilling kind of fun you have when you're doing something that you really believe is meaningful. So a good way to understand which one it is asking yourself, how do you feel after doing the thing? So for example, binge watching content on YouTube, like probably what you're doing right now. No, this is a meaningful video, stay tuned. But just doing random stuff on YouTube, it may feel slightly fun at the moment, or it might feel instantly gratifying, but when you reflect on it after 8 hours, do you really still feel it was fun or fascinating? No, you kind of feel like you just wasted your whole day because that's exactly what you did. And I see a lot of people use this excuse that you should do what you find fun to just be lazy and procrastinate and not do anything, because of that instant gratification you get by not doing anything. I mean, we are biologically engineered to procrastinate, so it's very easy to fall into that kind of a mindset. So I want to clarify that when people say do what you find fun, they're not referring to that instant gratification kind of fun. They're referring to that more long-term fulfilling kind of fun. You know, the kind of fun you get when you play a game of CSGO and you defuse the bomb in the last second, or the kind of fun you get when you complete an interesting project? That's the kind of fun that you want to be pursuing. Not the kind of fun that you get by, just dangling your legs or doing silly things, because that instant gratification doesn't really last, and that doesn't get you anywhere. So it's important to get these two concepts sorted out and understand what kind of fun you're pursuing. One of them may lead you to accomplish a lot of great things, have a very meaningful life. The other one may just send you down a rabbit hole to hell, or you're just, worried about the instant and you're too busy in every particular moment that you never really have time to think about anything. And here's something that's really important. Even doing activities that might be fun also require a lot of discipline, motivation, and just a general focus. And that's something that people usually lack. And what they end up doing is the other kind of fun where you don't really need any of those. And then they wonder, well, why isn't anything happening? Why don't I find anything fun? Why don't I find any meaningful project fun? And the reason is you're thinking of fun as the other kind of fun, which is just instant gratification. That's the same kind of fun you get by chewing down a bar of chocolate, refreshing your social media page or whatever. And that kind of fun is not the one you want to be pursuing. But you don't want to do something that's not entirely fun either, and I think there's a difference there. There's a difference between spending hours and hours on something that you don't really care about just because it pays or just because somebody told you it's important, and doing something that you really find engaging or meant for you or fascinating. So for example, studying physics is something I personally find very fascinating, and sometimes that requires hours of focus. Sometimes that requires tuning everything out and putting all my concentration into a very particular thing and focusing on that for a long period of time. And that's perfectly fine. I still think it's fun. And it's important that you understand that having that kind of fun does require a bit of effort. And that should not be confused with the notion that you should do what you find fun, or you should not do what you don't find fun. So I hope that helps clear things out. And as Lewis always says, I hope you learned something.